There's a habit you've been told is healthy that's quietly rusting the blood vessels inside your eyes while you sleep. Eating fruit before bed. Sounds innocent, right? But when you eat high-sugar fruits late at night, your blood sugar spikes during the hours your body is supposed to be repairing itself. That spike creates something called AGEs, advanced glycation end products, and these toxic compounds act like rust forming inside the tiny capillaries that feed your retina. A major study tracking dietary habits found that people who consistently ate high glycemic index foods at night had a 49% increased risk of macular degeneration, the leading cause of blindness after 60. I'm Julian Porter, senior health expert, and today I'm breaking down 5 dirt-cheap fruits, all under $3, that can help support your vision after 60 without wrecking your blood sugar or your budget. But the 5th one, the one I'll cover at the end, is the timing trick that nobody talks about. 90% of people eat it wrong and flush all the benefits straight down the toilet. I'll also show you why some so-called superfoods could actually put you in the emergency room if you're taking common medications. Comment below right now with your age and tell me, are you spending more than $50 a month on supplements or superfoods? Let's see where everyone's at. Now let's dive in. So let's cut through the noise. If you're over 60 and living on a fixed income, you've probably seen those videos, 24 minutes long, telling you to eat acai bowls and golden kiwis and Icelandic kelp. Meanwhile, your pension barely covers rent and prescriptions. It's insulting. Worse, some of those recommendations come with dangers nobody mentions, especially if you're taking medications for diabetes, cholesterol, or blood thinners. I'm not here to sell you something fancy. I'm here to give you the peasant diet that actually works. These 5 fruits are cheap, accessible, and when used correctly, they can help support the health of your retinas, reduce floaters, and slow the damage that leads to macular degeneration. But you've got to use them right, and that's where most people fail. Let's start with number 5, sweet potato. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sweet potato? That's not a fruit. Botanically, it's classified as a root vegetable, but nutritionally it behaves like a starchy fruit. And here's why it matters for your eyes. Sweet potatoes are one of the most concentrated sources of pre-vitamin A, specifically beta-carotene, that you can buy for under $2 a pound. Your retina needs vitamin A to function. Without it, the light-sensing cells in your eyes, called rods and cones, start to break down. You lose night vision first, then peripheral vision, then central sharpness. It's a slow fade to black. But here's the problem nobody talks about. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. Think of it this way. Vitamin A is a passenger trying to get to your retina. Fat is the bus. No bus, no ride. The passenger just sits there in your stomach and eventually gets flushed out in your stool, completely wasted. This is called the lipid absorption law. And it's the reason so many seniors eat all the right foods but see zero improvement. They're eating steamed sweet potatoes plain, no butter, no oil, nothing. All that beta-carotene goes straight through. Here's what you do instead. Cut your sweet potato into cubes. Steam it until soft, about 12 minutes. Then drizzle 1 tablespoon of olive oil or melted butter over it while it's still hot. That fat acts as the transport vehicle. Now your body can actually absorb the beta-carotene, convert it to active vitamin A, and shuttle it to your retina, where it can help protect and regenerate your rods and cones. There's a woman I know. Her name's Darlene Miller, 72 years old, living in a small town outside of Akron, Ohio. She's on a fixed income, about $1,300 a month. She'd been buying expensive bilberry supplements online because some video told her it was the only thing that worked. $60 a month. Meanwhile, her vision was still getting worse. Floaters everywhere. A small retinal tear her doctor was monitoring. She switched to the sweet potato protocol. Ate half a medium sweet potato every other day, always with a tablespoon of olive oil. 3 months later, her optometrist told her the retinal tear had stabilized and was showing signs of healing on its own. Floaters reduced by about half, and she saved over $100 a month. That's real. That's what happens when you stop buying marketing and start using science. One more thing about sweet potatoes. Don't microwave them if you can help it. Microwaving can degrade some of the delicate carotenoids. Steam or bake at 350 for about 40 minutes. You'll preserve more of the nutrients. Now let's move to number 4, red and yellow bell peppers. This is the myth buster I mentioned in the opening. Ounce for ounce, a red bell pepper has more than twice the vitamin C of an orange. Looking for a simple way to protect your eyesight? Start with your dinner plate. Bell peppers are packed with a hefty dose of beta-carotene, especially the vibrant red and yellow varieties. But the real heroes are lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that literally concentrate in your macula. The macula is the part of your retina responsible for sharp central vision, and it's critical for daily life. Here's the science. Your macula is constantly under attack from blue light and oxidative stress from screens and the sun. Lutein and zeaxanthin act like internal sunglasses. They absorb harmful blue wavelengths and neutralize free radicals. This prevents them from damaging your photoreceptor cells, which are vital for maintaining clear eyesight. A large study found that people with high dietary intake of these nutrients had significantly lower rates of macular degeneration. And the best part, red bell peppers are dirt cheap. You can get 3 large ones for about $3. Shop discount chains or find the misshapen ones for even more savings. Protect your vision today with bell peppers. Slice them up raw and eat them with hummus, or lightly sauté them in a pan with a little olive oil. Again, remember the lipid law, add fat. If you eat them raw, dip them in something with fat content, guacamole, full-fat yogurt, olive oil-based dressing. Otherwise, you're getting the vitamin C but missing out on a lot of the carotenoid absorption. Here's a synergy tip. Pair red bell peppers with the sweet potato I just talked about. The vitamin C in the pepper helps regenerate vitamin E in your body. And vitamin E is one of the most important fat-soluble antioxidants for protecting the delicate lipid membranes in your retinal cells. It's like recharging a battery. Vitamin E gets used up fighting free radicals. And vitamin C brings it back to life so it can keep protecting you. Number 3, lemon and citrus. Now, I'm not talking about eating 10 oranges a day. I'm talking about using lemon strategically as an anti-inflammatory aid and a vitamin E recycler. Fresh lemon juice is rich in vitamin C and bioflavonoids, compounds that reduce inflammation throughout your body, including the microvasculature in your eyes. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the main drivers of retinal damage. It's like a slow fire burning in the background. You don't feel it, but it's there, degrading your blood vessels and choking off nutrient delivery. Lemon helps cool that fire down. Here's how to use it. Every morning, squeeze half a fresh lemon into a glass of water and drink it on an empty stomach. Don't use bottled juice. Vitamin C degrades fast. Fresh only. This simple habit does 2 things. 1, it gives you a hit of bioavailable vitamin C that kicks your antioxidant system into gear for the day. 2, it supports liver detoxification, which indirectly helps your eyes, because your liver clears metabolic waste that would otherwise circulate and cause oxidative damage everywhere, including your retina. You can also squeeze lemon over your food throughout the day. Lemon on steamed greens, lemon on baked fish, lemon in your salad dressing. This isn't just for flavor. You're creating a constant environment of antioxidant recycling. Vitamin C from the lemon reactivates vitamin E. Vitamin E protects your cell membranes. It's a loop that keeps your eyes healthier for longer. One warning: if you're on blood thinners like warfarin, talk to your doctor before going heavy on citrus. Vitamin C in very high doses can interact with the way your body metabolizes that drug. I'm not saying don't eat lemons. I'm saying have a conversation first. This is not medical advice to stop or change your prescriptions. That would be irresponsible. Any change in your routine should be supervised by your physician. Let's move to number 2, pineapple. This one's a secret weapon and almost nobody talks about it in the context of eye health. Pineapple contains a powerful enzyme called bromelain. Bromelain is a protein-digesting enzyme, and here's why that matters for your vision. Those floaters you see, the little squiggly lines and dots drifting across your field of view, a lot of them are caused by protein debris and collagen fragments, clumping together in the vitreous gel inside your eyeball. Bromelain has been shown in research to help break down these protein aggregates. Think of it like a cleanup crew going through your eye and dissolving the junk that's blocking your view. Focus on your eye health today. Remember, always consult your physician before making dietary changes. Now, I'm not saying pineapple will make all your floaters vanish overnight, but over weeks and months of consistent intake, many people report a noticeable reduction in the density and frequency of floaters. And pineapple is cheap. A whole fresh pineapple costs about $3 to $4 and gives you multiple servings. Here's the key. You want fresh pineapple, not canned. Canned pineapple is heat-treated during processing, and that heat destroys most of the bromelain. You need the raw enzyme. Cut up fresh pineapple and eat it between meals on an empty stomach. Why empty stomach? Because if you eat it with a big meal, the bromelain is going to get busy digesting the protein on your plate, chicken, beef, eggs, and it won't have as much activity left over to work on the debris in your bloodstream and vitreous. Choose fresh, eat it smart, and give your eyes the natural support they need. Eat about half a cup to 1 cup of fresh pineapple chunks mid-morning or mid-afternoon, at least an hour away from meals. Do that 4 or 5 times a week. Give it 8 to 12 weeks. Track your floaters. See if you notice a difference. One more thing. Bromelain is also a natural anti-inflammatory. It reduces swelling and improves circulation. Better circulation means better nutrient and oxygen delivery to your retina. It's a multi-angle win. Here's a synergy tip. Combine pineapple with red bell pepper in a salsa. Dice them up, add a little red onion, cilantro, squeeze of lime, pinch of salt. Eat it with baked fish or on its own with whole grain crackers. You're getting bromelain, vitamin C, and carotenoids all in one bowl. That's smart eating. Now, before I get to number 1, I need to talk about something serious that could save your life. I mentioned earlier that some of these so-called superfoods can be dangerous if you're on medication. Let me be specific. Blueberries. Everyone loves blueberries. They're packed with anthocyanins, which are great antioxidants. But if you're taking Metformin for type 2 diabetes, eating a large amount of blueberries, especially at night, can cause a dangerous drop in blood sugar. Here's why. Anthocyanins are very effective at pulling glucose out of your bloodstream. Metformin does the same thing. When you combine them, it's like having 2 very strong work crews bailing water out of a flooded basement at the same time. They don't just empty the basement, they crack the foundation. Your blood sugar crashes. You get sweaty, shaky, confused, heart palpitations. You could pass out. Darlene, the woman I told you about earlier, she actually experienced this before she switched to the plan I'm teaching you. She'd been eating a big bowl of frozen blueberries every night because some internet video said it was a miracle for eyes. She was also on Metformin. One night she woke up drenched in sweat, heart pounding, couldn't think straight. Her blood sugar had dropped to 53. She ended up in the ER. The doctor told her it was the combination. She stopped the nighttime blueberries, switched to the cheaper fruits I'm covering here, timed them correctly, and never had that problem again. Here's another one, grapefruit. If you're on a statin drug for cholesterol, atorvastatin, simvastatin, lovastatin, do not drink grapefruit juice or eat whole grapefruit regularly. Grapefruit contains compounds that block an enzyme in your liver called CYP3A4. That enzyme is responsible for breaking down statins. When you block it, the level of statin in your blood can spike up to 12 times higher than intended. That can cause severe muscle damage, kidney failure, even death. This is not a maybe. This is documented. It's in the prescribing information for those drugs. I'm not telling you to stop taking your statin. I'm telling you to avoid grapefruit if you're on one, and to talk to your doctor about any dietary changes you're planning. That's the responsible thing to do. All the studies I'm referencing, the mechanisms, the interaction data, I've linked them in the description box below. I encourage you to read them yourself and share them with your doctor. I'm not asking you to take my word. I'm asking you to look at the science and make informed decisions with professional guidance. Now let's get to number 1. The most powerful, most misunderstood, most wasted opportunity on this entire list. Mango. Mango is the king of eye-supportive nutrition. This fruit is packed with lutein and zeaxanthin, which act as a natural sunblock for your eyes. Protect your vision and fuel your body with science-backed nutrition. Subscribe for more health insights. It's loaded with beta-carotene, lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin C, and vitamin E. It's a complete package. A single mango costs about $1 to $2 depending on the season, and one mango gives you several servings. You can buy them slightly underripe and let them ripen on your counter. They last longer that way and you control the sweetness. Here's the deep science. The lutein and zeaxanthin in mango are in a form that's highly bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and use them efficiently. These two carotenoids migrate directly to your macula and form a protective pigment layer called macular pigment optical density. The thicker that pigment layer, the better your eyes can filter blue light and resist oxidative damage. Think of it like adding a layer of armor to the most important part of your retina. A study examining dietary carotenoid intake found that higher macular pigment density was associated with better visual performance and lower risk of macular degeneration progression. Mango is one of the easiest, cheapest ways to boost that pigment. But here's where 90% of people screw it up. They eat mango by itself as a snack. No fat, just fruit. And because lutein and zeaxanthin are fat-soluble, just like vitamin A, they pass right through your digestive system without being absorbed. It's like trying to mail a letter without a stamp. It's not going anywhere. Here's what you do. Cut up half a mango, put it in a bowl, add 1 tablespoon of full-fat coconut cream, or a handful of nuts like almonds or walnuts, or drizzle it with a teaspoon of melted coconut oil. Eat it as a mid-morning snack or an afternoon treat. Now you've got the fat transport. Now the carotenoids get absorbed, enter your bloodstream, and make their way to your retina where they can actually do their job. Timing also matters. Do not eat mango or any high-sugar fruit right before bed. Remember what I said at the beginning. High glycemic load at night spikes your blood sugar during sleep. That creates advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are like rust forming inside your retinal blood vessels. Eat your mango in the first half of the day, ideally before 2 p.m. That way your body has time to metabolize the sugar while you're active. And your blood sugar is stable by the time you go to sleep. Here's the synergy play that makes mango even more powerful. Pair it with a small handful of walnuts. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid. Omega-3s reduce inflammation and support the structural integrity of your retinal cell membranes. When you combine the antioxidants from mango with the anti-inflammatory fats from walnuts, you're creating a 1-2 punch that protects your eyes from both oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, the two main drivers of age-related vision loss. Let me give you a real-world example. There's a man named Robert, age 68, from a small town in rural Kentucky. He worked in a coal mine for 30 years, retired on a modest pension, started noticing his vision blurring about 5 years ago, floaters getting worse. His eye doctor said early macular degeneration, told him to take Areds 2 vitamins, which cost about $35 a month. Robert couldn't afford that consistently. He came across information similar to what I'm teaching here. He started eating half a mango every morning with a small handful of almonds, added in red bell pepper slices with hummus at lunch, had a baked sweet potato with butter twice a week for dinner. Within 4 months, his optometrist noted that the drusen deposits, those little yellow spots under the retina that signal macular degeneration, had not progressed. In fact, some had lightened, and remarkably, his contrast sensitivity significantly improved. He could read street signs at night again, and his total weekly food cost for these items was under $15. That's less than the cost of 2 bottles of supplement pills. This isn't magic, it's biochemistry. When you give your body the raw materials it needs, in the right combinations, at the right times, it has an extraordinary ability to heal and protect itself. Your age doesn't disqualify you. Science doesn't have an expiration date. Now I need to make something very clear. Everything I've shared today is based on peer-reviewed research and clinical evidence. All of those studies are linked in the description box below this video. I'm not asking you to just trust me. I'm encouraging you to read the science yourself, print it out if you need to, and bring it to your next doctor's appointment. Have a conversation. This is your health. You deserve to be informed, and you deserve to have a medical team that listens to you. I also need to say this. I am not telling you to stop taking any medication your doctor has prescribed. That would be reckless and dangerous. If you're on Metformin, statins, blood thinners, or any other medication, do not make changes to your diet or drug regimen without talking to your physician first. What I'm giving you here is supportive nutritional information that can work alongside your current treatment plan, not replace it. Your doctor needs to monitor you. They need to know what you're eating, especially if it could interact with your medications. That's just smart, responsible healthcare. Let me also address something I see in the comments all the time. People ask, how long until I see results? Here's the truth. This is not an overnight fix. Your eyes didn't degenerate in a week, and they're not going to rebuild in a week. You're looking at a minimum of 8 to 12 weeks of consistent effort before you start noticing changes. Some people see improvements in floaters or night vision in as little as 6 weeks. Others take 4 to 6 months to notice measurable change in sharpness or contrast. It depends on how advanced your damage is, your overall health, your genetics, and how strictly you follow the protocols. But here's what I can promise you. If you do nothing, your vision will continue to decline. That's just the trajectory of aging without intervention. But if you start today, if you commit to these 5 cheap, accessible foods, prepared the right way, timed correctly, combined smartly, you are giving your eyes the absolute best chance they have to slow the damage, support repair, and preserve the sight you have left. And you're doing it without going broke. Let me recap the 5 quickly. Number 5, sweet potato, high in beta-carotene. Always eat it with fat. Steam or bake, add olive oil or butter. Number 4, red and yellow bell peppers, loaded with vitamin C and carotenoids. Eat raw with fat-based dip or lightly sauté in oil. Number 3, lemon. Squeeze fresh lemon into water every morning. Use it on food throughout the day to recycle antioxidants and reduce inflammation. Number 2, pineapple, fresh only. Eat it on an empty stomach for the bromelain enzyme to break down floaters and reduce inflammation. Number 1, mango, the ultimate eye food. Always pair with fat, walnuts, coconut cream, or oil. Eat it in the first half of the day, never before bed. These foods, used correctly, can help support your macula and protect your retina, reduce floaters, improve contrast, and slow the progression of age-related vision loss. They cost under $3 each. You can find them at any grocery store. No exotic imports, no markup, no scams. Just real food and real science. If this video helped you or gave you a clear action plan, share it. Protecting your eyes is simple and free. Use natural light, the 20-20-20 rule, nutrition, sleep, and movement. Send this to a friend struggling with their eyes or post it in a community group. Help people stop wasting money on overpriced garbage. Comment below, which of these 5 are you going to start with? And what's your biggest barrier? Is it cost, confusion, or fear of changing your routine? Tell me. I read every comment. This channel exists to serve you, and I can't do that unless I know what you're dealing with. Your body is resilient. You are not a lost cause or too old. The science is clear. When you give your cells what they need, they respond. Sometimes slowly. Did you know your body is constantly eavesdropping on your lifestyle? Sometimes in ways you don't immediately notice. But your cells respond. Your systems respond. Don't let anyone tell you that decline is inevitable and irreversible. It is not. You have more power than you think. Research shows our biology is remarkably plastic. You have more control than you think. It's not just about genetics. It's about daily action and the environment you create for your cells. And it starts with the choices you make 3 times a day, every single day. At the end of your fork. Nutrition is the most powerful tool you possess for long-term health. Every bite is an investment in your future vitality. Invest in yourself today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.